Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the sum of subset problem using backtracking method. Now, as we know, what is a backtracking? Backtracking method in order to solve the given problem, we use the backtracking method in which we try every option of that problem. That means first we select the first option and try to check whether there is any chance to get the solution. If we get the solution, we return it, otherwise we backtrack to the original problem. Then we check the second option. If there is any chance to find out the solution, if we find the solution, we return it, otherwise we backtrack to the original problem and try the next option. In this way we try it one by one option till we find the solution. As soon as the solution is found, we stop the process, and if we not find the solution, this process is continued till all the options are tried. In this way the backtracking method is work. Now in the last session we saw how to solve the n-quint problem with the help of backtracking method, and in this session we see the next application of the backtracking method, that is a sum of subset problem. These are the applications. Here I listed the application of the backtracking method. That is, first one is the solving n-quints problem, which we already saw in the last session. Next is a sum of subset problem. Third application of backtracking method is a Hamiltonian cycle, and next is a graph coloring. So today we see how to solve the sum of subset problem with the help of backtracking method. Now, what is the sum of subset problem? The sum of subset problem is to find subset of elements that are selected from the given set S, which contains element S1 to Sn, whose sum add up to the predefined value m. That means in order to solve the sum of subset problem, we need to find out the subset from the given input set in a such a way that each subset sum is equals to some predefined value m. There are n positive numbers given in a set. You are provided with an input set which contains n positive numbers, and from that set we select the element one by one to form our subset. Now here we have to remember that elements are always arranged in an increasing order. That means if in the given input set, if the elements are not in a order, then we need to arrange them in an increasing order such that S1 should be less than S2, we should be less than S3, and more onwards. That is, S1 less than equals to S2, less than equals to S2 till Sn. And there is no need that every subset of same size. For example, if for the given input set, if we get the two subset for the given input set whose sum is equals to this predefined value m, in that case there is no need that first set number of elements in the first set is equals to the number of element into the second subset. Both subset can have a different number of elements. So we here say no need that every subset of same size. Now these are the some rules which we have to follow for solving the sum of subset problem. These are called as a explicit constraint and implicit constraint. First we see what is a explicit constraint for solving the sum of subset problem. Explicit constraint on a sum of subset problem will be that any element xi, that is any element from the input set, is an integer such that 1 should be less than equals to I should be less than equals to n. This means we select the integer from the given input set only, as well as they should be arranged in a increasing order. This is called as an explicit constraint. It says that we select the each and every element from the given input set only. We cannot select any other element to form our subset, as well as it says that each element should be in an increasing order. Next constraint is a implicit constraint. The implicit constraint on a sum of subset problem will be as follows. What implicit constraints say that no two elements will be the same, means no two elements selected repeatedly. If we select the one element in a first subset, then it will not be repeated in a second subset. This is the first implicit constraint. The second one, the sum of element of subset should be equals to m, that is some predefined number. Whenever we choose the element from the given input set to form the subset, after forming that subset, the sum of that element of that subset should be equal to some predefined value, that is a m. This is the second implicit constraint. And next constraint is the selection of the element should be done in orderly manner. That means 137 and 173 are treated as the same. You cannot say these are the two subsets. You can say the selection of element should be in an orderly manner. That means we have to arrange the elements in a increasing order. So by default we form only one subset. We cannot say 137 as well as a 173 as a same. They are treated as a different subset. Now we solve the sum of subset problem using the backtracking method. How we solve? We see that in backtracking algorithm, as we go down along depth of tree, we add elements so far, and if the added sum is satisfying the explicit constraint, as we discussed in the previous slide, what are the explicit constraint for solving the sum of subset problem, we will continue to generate the child nodes further. As our problem solve the explicit constraint, we go on further for solving the problem. Whenever the constraints are not met, we stop further generation of subtrees of that node. If the constraint for the given problem does not satisfy, then we will not explore our tree and backtrack to the previous node to explore the nodes that not yet explored. We need to explore the nodes along the breadth and depth of a tree. Generating nodes along the breadth is controlled by the loop, and nodes along the depth are generated using recursion, that is a post order traversal. Now these are the steps to solve sum of subset problem. How to solve the sum of subset problem? I have given some steps for solving the sum of subset problem. The first one, we have start with the empty set. That means for the given problem we have some input set. We have started with the empty subset. Now add the next element from the list to the set. We are taking one by one element from the given input set and add it to the subset. If the subset is having some n, then stop with that subset as a solution. If after adding the elements into the subset, if the sum of that element in that subset is equals to some predefined value m, then we stop the forming of that subset. That is, our subset is get constructed with a solution. If the subset is not possible, or if we have reached the end of the set, if we are selecting one by one element from the input set and it is not possible to form the subset, then we stop there and backtrack through the subset until we find the most suitable value. If the subset is feasible, that means if we form one subset that is a feasible means if the sum of the elements in that subset should be less than equals to m, then we again go to the step 2 to form the another subset with the another remaining elements. This sum of subset should be less than m is also called as a bounding function. This function, that is the sum of subset should be less than m, this is called as a bounding function, which we are using while drawing the state space tree, which is to bound a path if it does not contain the solution. That means in our state space tree, if our path does not contain the solution, then we stop that path using this bounding function. If we have visited all the elements without finding the suitable subset, and if no backtracking is possible, then we stop without the solution. That means that problem does not contain any solution and we stop this process. Here I have taken one example that we have a number of element equals to 6 and each element has the weight, that is the w1, w2, w3. These are the weights for that element. First is the 25, 8, 16, 32, 26 and 52, and predefined value m is equals to 59. That means we form the subset from the given input set whose sum is equals to 59. Now here if we see that the given input set is not in a arranged manner, that is numbers are not arranged in a increasing order. So first we need to arrange the elements in a increasing order and we form the new input set with the arrangement of the elements. Then we will get the desired sum of subset. That means we try to form the subset by taking one by one element. So first we choose the first element, that is the 8. Then we choose the 25 and 26. Now we form this subset from the given input set whose sum is equals to 59. This is the first subset is formed from the given input set whose sum is equals to 59. If the solution of the subset, that means this solution of the subset is represented as an tuple x1 x2 till xn such that means xi could be either 0 or 1. That means from the input set we can take element one by one. If we have taken that element from the input set, then xi is equals to 1. That means weight wi is to be chosen, and if we are not taking any element from the input set, that value becomes 0. That means that weight is not being chosen. We can also represent our this solution for the given input set in the form of 1 0 1 0. That means from the given input set which value we have chosen, we can show in the form of 1 0. Here we are choosing 8, so we represent it with a 1. We are not choosing 16, so we represent it with a 0. We are choosing 25 and 26, so represent with a 1 1, and 32 and 52 is not chosen, so they are represented with a 0. So this is the another way for the representation of the solution, which elements are chosen from the given input set to form the subset. We can represent it with the help of yes or no, that is a 0 or 1. So for this problem we have only one subset with the value 59. Now the next is how to draw the state space tree for a sum of subset. So while drawing SST, that means a state space tree for a sum of subset, we have to always remember that there are n plus 1 level in a tree where n is a number of elements in a given set. Whatever the number of elements you have given in a set, our state space tree has the n plus 1 level. That is the total number of element plus 1. 1 is our root node whose state that from where we have to start our state space tree. We draw state space tree by considering every element of our input set. That means after root node, we choose first element and draw the branches of a tree as shown in the figure, with the first element as a left branch and without a first element as a right branch. That means with the root node, we chosen the first element and we draw two branches, that is the left and right. In the left we say that with the first element yes, and without the first element, that is a no. That means left side yes, right side no. Again we take another example, and for that we draw the state space tree. Here I show how to draw the state space tree for this example. Consider again we have a number of elements equals to 3. That is a set given as 3 elements 2 4 6, whereas predefined value d is equals to 6. That means we have to form the subset from the given input set whose sum is equals to 6. Then we start selecting the elements from the given input set one by one. First we select the element 2 and then 4, that we select the element 2 and then 4 whose sum is equals to 6. Hence we get the solution 6 with the first subset 2 comma 4 whose sum is equals to some predefined value, that is a 6. Then we check whether there is any other possible set with the sum equals to 6. That is whether any with the remaining elements in the input set it is possible to form the another subset. Now we select the element 6 whose sum is equals to 6. Hence we get solution 6 with a subset as a 6, only one element whose sum is equals to 6. Hence we get two subset for the given input set whose sum is equals to, that is 6. And here these are the two subset. One contains two elements whereas another subset contains one element. As I previously said that there is no need that two subset has the same number of elements. These two subset can contain different number of elements as shown here. In the first subset we have two elements, whereas in the second subset we have only one element whose sum is equals to some predefined value, that is a 6. Now the same example we can see with the help of state space tree, that is how elements are selected and where we need to backtrack with the help of bounding function. For this example we have drawing the state space tree and we show where we have to bound. Now this is a state space tree for the our sum of subset problem with the 3 elements, where our set contains 3 elements 2 4 and 6 and some predefined value is 6. Now here we have to start with a state space tree with a root node. Now we have a 3 elements in our input set. So the level of our tree is n plus 1. That means there are 4 levels in our tree. This is a first level, second, third, and this is a fourth level. So we have a 4 level in our tree because we have a 3 elements in our set. So n plus 1 level in our tree. We have start with the root node, that is an empty node. We don't have any value chosen for the subset, so it becomes 0. There is no value for the subset. Now we are start choosing with the 2. As we say how to draw the subset state space tree, in the left side we are saying that with the first element, and in the right side branch we said that without the first element. That means from the root node we start putting one by one element in our subset. So we select the first one, that is a with 2. We are selecting first element and put it into the subset with 2. So the first element in our subset is 2. That is 0 plus 2, that becomes 2. Now we select the next element 4. So from this node we have again 2 branches, left side and right side. Left side represent with 4, right side represent without 4. Now with 4 we have a value 6, that is a 2 plus 4, so becomes 6. And without 4, that is a 2 plus 0, that is a 2. So here with 4 we get the value 6. Now we choose the next element, that is a third, that is a 6. So again with 6 and without 6. With 6 we have a value 12, whereas without 6, that is a 6 plus 0, we have a 6. That means our predefined value. So we get here the solution with the 2 elements, with 2 and with 4. So we form the first subset 2 comma 4, and this is our solution state. Now we move to the next branch here without 4. So without 4, that is a 2 plus 0. We are not taking the 4. So 2 plus 0, that is a 2. Now in the next level we are using the third element and try to form the solution. That means with 6 left side and with without 6 at the right side. With 6 at the left side, that means 2 plus 6, which becomes 8, and without 6, that is a 2 plus 0, that is 2. So here we are bounding this path because 8 is greater than 6. We are not getting the solution, as well as we bound this path because 2 is smaller than 6 and we are not getting the solution. So we move to the right side of the root node where without 2, that means 0. We are not selecting the first element, so 0 plus 0, that is a 0. Now we move to the next level, that is with a second element 4. So again we have a with 4 and without 4. So with 4, 0 plus 4 becomes 4. Without 4, 0 plus 0, that is a 0. So with 4 we have now 4. So next we select the next element 6, that is a with 6 and without 6. With 6 we have a 4 plus 6, that is a 10, and without 6 we have a 4 plus 0, that is a 4. Now here also we bound this path because 10 is greater than 6, so we are not getting the solution. In this case also we bound this path because 4 is smaller than 6, so we are not getting the solution. So we move to the next branch without 4. We are not selecting the second element, so 0 plus 4, 0 plus, we are not selecting any element, so it becomes 0. So now we select the third element as a 6. So with 6 and without 6. Now 0 plus 6 is become 6. We get here our solution, that is a 6 with only one element. So we form the subset with one element as a 6. So this is our second subset for the given problem, and without 6 it becomes a 0. So we get two subset for the given set as a 2, 4, and one another subset contains one element, that is a 6. Here we draw the state space tree for the given input set by selecting the element with or without. Left side contains with and right side contain without. In this way we draw the state space tree for the given set. This is the another example. I again explain you another example with the 4 elements. In previous example we take the smaller amount of element, and if the number of elements get increased, then how to draw the state space tree, the same is shown with the same number of with a more number of elements. Here we have a n equals to 4, that is our set contains 2 3 4 5. This is a given input set and our predefined value is 11. Again we start by selecting one by one element from the given input set to form our subset. Then we first select, now we have to form the subset whose sum is equals to 11. So we first select the element 2 from the given input set, then we select 4, then we select the 5. First we select 2 and 4 whose sum is 6. Now we select such a element which gives us the value 11. So we select the next element as a 5 whose sum is equals to 11. Hence we get the solution 11 with a subset 2, 4 and 5. That means we form first subset with the 3 elements 2, 4, 5. Now then we check whether there is any another possible subset whose sum is equals to 11. Now with this number of elements, there is no other subset is possible. There is only one subset with the elements 2, 4, 5 who gives us the sum is equals to 11. Now we see the same example with the help of state space tree, how the elements are selected with the help of branches and where we need to backtrack with the help of bounding function. Now here we are applying the bounding function, how to bound the path. If we are bound the path whose sum is greater than 11 or whose sum is less than 11, we require the sum is exactly 11. And if the path contains sum is greater than 11 or sum is less than 11, at that time we bound that path. We are not further exploring that path. In this example, we have drawn the state space tree by selecting one by one element. We have started with a empty subset. We have no subset, so we started empty subset is our root node. Now we start selecting one by one element from the given input set. We select the first element. Left side represent with 2 and right side represent without 2. Left side always represent with the element and right side represent without a element. So with 2 we select the first element. Next we go to the next level and select the next element, that is a with 3 and without 3. With 3 we get the sum 5, without 3 we get the sum 2. Now with 3 then we select the next element 4, that is a with 4 and without 4. With 4 we get the sum that is a 9. Okay, and without 4 we get the sum as a 5. Now we select the next element with 5. Now if we select the next element with 5, here 9 plus 5 is equals to 14, which is greater than 11. So we bound this node here, that is bound this path here. We are not exploring this node further. Now in the next node, next side, we are getting the 5 and select the element 5. So with 5 and without 5. With 5 we get the 10 and without 5 we get the 5. Again this is not the solution state because 10 is less than 11, 5 is also less than 11. So we bound this path also and move to the next side. Now without 3 we have a 2 is equals to 2. Now we choose with 4. With 4 we have 2 plus 4, 6, and without 4 this is again a 2. With 4 that is a 2 plus 4, 6. Now we choose the next element 5. So with 5, 6 plus 5 we get 11. That is our solution. So we form the first subset 2, 4, 5. Without 5 again 6 which is less than 11. So we bound this path. Without 4 again if we add 5 here, the next element we get the 7 which is less than 11. So we again bound this path. In this left side we get one subset with the 3 elements. Now we move to the right side. Again we are not choosing the first element, so without 2 this is 0. With 3 it becomes 3. If we chosen the next, that is a with 4, it becomes 7. Now if we choose the next value 5, then 7 plus 5 which is equals to 12 and which is greater than 11. So we bound this path. We are not exploring it further. Without 4 it becomes 3 and we add the next value 5 in the 3. It becomes 8 which is less than 11. So we are not exploring this path and bound here. Without 4 it becomes 0. We can add anything without, then it's still 0. So we bound this path. So in this state space tree we get only one subset, that is a 2, 4, 5 with the solution state 11. So we say that we get only one subset for the given set 2 3 4 5 as a subset 2 4 5. In this way we solve the sum of subset problem and draw the state space tree for the more and more elements. Always remember, if we have n elements, then always our tree contains n plus 1 level. Here we have a 4 elements, so we have a 5 level, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Always we contains the n plus 1 level. I hope this session will be helpful for you. In the next session we will see the next application of the backtracking method. Thank you.